What's happening, y'all? Hope y'all are having a great one out there. Today we're going to do a review on this 2024 Toyota RAV4 XLE. If you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing for all third-gen Tundra content, as well as my owner experience with my third-gen Tundra. But today we're going to be doing a review on this RAV4. Like I mentioned, it is a 2024. It is an XLE trim, and it is a front-wheel drive variant of this vehicle. I'm going to talk about the pros of this vehicle and then some of the cons, some of the things that I don't like about it. But let's get into it. So interior-wise, let's go ahead and fire it up. Interior-wise, it's a pretty nice space to be in. It's spacious. These cloth seats are very comfortable. You know, I've had this vehicle for a couple of days now on loan while my truck is being serviced. You know, and it's more than adequate in terms of space and comfort. I'm 5'11". I fit in this cabin really well. I could totally see myself going on an extended road trip or a long commute to work. This vehicle has been surprisingly very comfortable coming from a big third-gen Tundra. The back seats are really nice as well. Right now I have my kiddo's car seats back there, but you know, everything's fit fine and really can't complain. On this trim, which is the XLE, it does come with this digital gauge cluster standard. It is very snappy. You get all your information on there. You know, it's not the greatest quality. It kind of looks a little cheap, but you know, it does things pretty well. This also has Android Auto and Apple CarPlay standard. It is going to be wired and wireless, which is pretty awesome. And then just the build quality on the interior is pretty nice. You know, you do get some soft touch materials up here. Here on the door card, it is that scratchy plastic that Toyota is known for. But you know, this door handle feels nice and hefty, nice and solid. These control bezels are all one piece. You know, this part feels really solid. There's no window movements, no rattles, no shakes. Overall, you know, this is pretty well built. I have experienced a little bit of wind noise coming through here, and I think also just because it has the roof racks, or excuse me, the crossbars. But overall, the interior's been great. The automatic climate is good. It's got these nice big chunky knobs, which is fantastic for those of you that maybe live in colder climates and are wearing gloves. You know, this is really nice that they offer it. Let's take a look at the outside. So on the outside, it's your typical RAV4, nothing special. It's not a, you know, adventure trim or TRD. It's just a regular XLE. It does come in this blue color, which is kind of like the nautical blue or the blueprint blue that is offered on all these other Toyota products. But you know, it's a good looking vehicle. It's nothing crazy, nothing horrible. On the back here, it does have a power assist lift gate with plenty of room. You can definitely put in here, you know, stroller, some aquatainers and camping gear if you want to go camping. You know, it is going to be something smaller than a 4Runner or a Passport, but it'll be on par with other things in this segment like a CR-V and a Mazda CX-5. The rear room has been great. Like I said, it fits the car seats really well. You got plenty of space. I sat in this section here before I put the car seats in, and I fit behind myself at 5'11", and it's really spacious, guys. So for a small family, I think this does really well. Let's go ahead and take it on a drive just so I can give you my driving impressions. The AC blows nice and hard, and there's no issues there. This do have a sunroof, which is nice. It's a nice option. You know, I am a fan of sunroofs. I think you get more interior light, and on not too hot of a day, you can open them up and enjoy the nice breeze. But just driving impressions, guys. One thing that I really like about this RAV4 is the powertrain. It has a inline 4-cylinder engine, puts out 203 horsepower and 184 pound-feet of torque, and it's made it to this 8-speed automatic transmission. And honestly, this pairing is pretty solid. The shifts are good, they're smooth. You know, when you do put your foot down into it, it does take a second to figure out what gear it wants to be in, but once you do, It does get up to speed nicely, and again, for a vehicle this size, I think 203 horsepower is more than enough. But I'll put some beans into it here. So yeah, it just takes a second to figure out what gear it wants to be. The engine is a little noisy. It almost sounds like a really loud vacuum or garbage disposal. It's not the nicest sounding engine, honestly. And then also, one thing I really don't like about this trim is it comes with this plastic steering wheel, and it doesn't feel great. I would opt for the leather wrapped steering wheel if you are interested in this vehicle. But overall, the driving impressions are positive. I think that this vehicle does a lot of things well for a vehicle this size and in this segment. It's almost like a Swiss Army knife, if you will. It gets great fuel economy. It drives well. It's not fatiguing. It's comfortable. It's spacious. It provides you more utility than a sedan or a hatchback. Just overall, it's a nice package, and it's not. I think the car market right now is super crazy in general. I think this particular trim MSRP is at $34,000, which is a lot of money. But I think you're just not going to get anything better for the money. You could look at like a CX-5 with the turbos at all-wheel drive. That's going to be more expensive. I think that vehicle's a lot more fun to drive, and it's better sorted in terms of interior materials. But I think you're going to pay a little bit more, and it has the turbos, so longevity is always a question. And then you got the Honda CR-V, which is very similar to this vehicle. I think it might even offer a little bit more room in the back, but overall, I think it's pretty much on par with that vehicle. I would say those two are probably, for this price point and what you get, they're going to be pretty comparable. But guys, I just wanted to do this review since I have the car for a couple of days, and we'll go ahead and get it up to speed here. But it really does drive well. The steering isn't numb. It's pretty direct, which is surprising. I thought it would be a lot more numb, but you can just kind of move this thing and it steers where you want it to go. It's not a fun car to drive, but it definitely is zippy. It'll get you to point A to point B, comfortably with great gas mileage. It's easy to drive. You just get in, hit the auto start or the push start. You hit that, you're up and driving. This infotainment is super simple. These clusters are basic. It just does everything that you need a car to do really well. And there's nothing overly complicated about it. And that's what I really appreciate about this vehicle. I think if you are a young family of 3 or 4, or a single guy or gal that just need something a little bit more, that has a little bit more utility than a sedan or a hatchback. You ride your bike a lot, you go camping. I think this is a more than adequate vehicle, guys. I think that you can't beat the fuel economy that you're going to get out of these little 4-cylinder engines, and they've been around for a while. This model, or this RAV4, was redesigned in 2019, and since then, I know in that first model year they had some issues with the transmission, and I think the electrical water pump was also having some issues, but I think they've sorted those things out by now, 5 years into the model year. And yeah, I'm really pleased with how Toyota put this together. It drives well, it gets good gas mileage, it has plenty of utility, and I think if you're looking for a compact SUV and don't want to step into a mid-size or full-size SUV, this is going to be more than enough, guys. It doesn't tow anything, really. I think it's rated at like 1,500 pounds, but you don't get one of these to tow. You get one of these, again, to be able to haul some camping gear, put your bikes on top of the rack system. You put your kids' car seats in here. It's a great everyday commuter. Overall, it's a great offering from Toyota. And so if you're in the market for one of these, I highly recommend checking one out. But other than that, guys, yeah, I hope you enjoyed this review. It's a quick review of this RAV4. If you have any questions or comments, please put them down in the comment section. If you like the video, go ahead and like it, please. And we'll see you on the next one.